She checked your Instagram before your first date ended. I guarantee it. And in less than 30 seconds, she made a decision about your entire life. Not whether she likes you, whether you're even in her league to begin with. Your profile tells rich women everything they need to know about your value. And most of you have no idea what you're accidentally revealing. Look, I'm going to tell you exactly what wealthy, successful women look for when they audit your social media. Not guess, not theory. What they've told me they actually screen for. Your bio, your grid, your highlights, who you follow, what you post. All of it gets analyzed, and they're looking for very specific signals. We're covering 5 elements they check. And here's what you need to understand. They might forgive 4 mediocre areas, but if you fail the 5th one, I'm saving for last, you're done. They move on and never think about you again. Let's start with what they notice first. Rich women don't care if you're handsome. They already decided that in person. Your profile picture tells them whether you understand how to present yourself to the world. Group photos? She just assumed you're insecure. You needed backup to feel confident. Gym selfies? She knows you're trying too hard to impress someone, and it's definitely not working on her. What she wants to see is a photo of you doing something that matters. Traveling somewhere that required planning? At an event that required an invitation? Mid-conversation with someone interesting? The photo exists because you were living your life, not because you needed Instagram validation. Here's what one woman told me directly. If his profile picture looks staged or filtered, I assume everything about him is fake. Next. Now your bio. This is where most guys completely destroy their chances before she even scrolls. Inspirational quotes? She just learned you have nothing original to say. Emojis everywhere? You're trying to be relatable and fun, but she reads it as immature. Living my best life? Congratulations, you're broke and don't know it yet. What rich women want is simple. Who you are, what you do, where you're based. 10 words maximum. Founder, Vancouver. Building something worth your time. Direct, confident. Not trying to convince her of anything. She told me this. I can tell within 3 seconds if a guy's on my level or pretending to be. But even if you nail your profile, your grid is where she really evaluates you. She's not looking at individual photos, she's looking at the overall pattern. What does your life actually look like when she sees 9 posts at once? If every photo is you and the same friends at the same bars, she knows your entire world is small and predictable. You're not going anywhere. You're already where you'll be in 5 years. What she's scanning for is range. Travel that cost money to access. Cultural experiences that required effort to find. Work or projects that show ambition. Hobbies that aren't just drinking with friends. Here's the test she's running in her head. If I showed this grid to my friends, would they understand why I'm dating him? Because trust me, she's going to show them. And they're going to judge you harder than she does. One woman put it this way. I can guess a guy's income bracket from his grid in under a minute. Nice restaurants, real travel, events that require connections. If I don't see any of that, he's not in my world. And here's the critical detail most guys miss. Never post expensive items by themselves. A watch in a photo where you're doing something interesting? Fine, it's incidental. A photo of just the watch? You're screaming, look, I have money. And she just lost all respect for you. Rich women don't need to see your stuff. They need to see your experiences. But there's a section of your profile that reveals even more, and it's the one most guys completely ignore. Story highlights are permanent. They're not casual content. She's going through every single one, and they tell her what you think is important enough to memorialize. First thing she's checking. Do you even have highlights? If you don't, you either don't take Instagram seriously, or you have nothing worth showing. Either way, you just signaled you're not strategic about how you present yourself. Second, what did you choose to make permanent? If your highlights are boys trip, hockey, and memes, she just learned you peaked in college and never evolved. What she wants to see? Travel from trips that weren't just weekend getaways. Work or project updates that show you're building something real. Events that prove you have access to rooms she cares about. Hobbies that require skill and commitment, not just money. One successful woman told me, highlights show me who a guy really is. Posts can be curated. Highlights show what he actually values long term. And here's the detail that separates guys who get it from guys who don't. Your highlight covers need to be clean and consistent. Random, messy screenshots as covers? She just learned you don't pay attention to details. And if you don't care about small details on your profile, she's wondering what else you don't care about. Your highlights are proof of life. They show her you actually live the way you claim to live. If you're getting value from this, hit the like button. It tells me you want more brutally honest content like this. And here's a question for the comments. Do you think women are justified in judging men this harshly based on social media? Or is this whole thing shallow and ridiculous? Now, there's something even more revealing than what you post, and it's something you probably never thought she'd check. She's not just looking at your content, she's looking at who you pay attention to. Your following list tells her what you value before you say a single word. If you follow 2,000 people and most of them are Instagram models and influencers, game over. She knows exactly who you are. You're the guy double-tapping bikini photos at 2 a.m. while pretending to be serious during the day. Not attractive. Rich women want to see you follow under 800 people. Ideally under 500. You're selective about who gets your attention. Quality over quantity. And who those people are matters more than the number. She wants to see entrepreneurs, industry leaders, cultural accounts, people building things worth watching, not celebrities, not influencers selling courses. People doing real work. Here's what I heard from multiple women. I check who he follows because it shows me what he aspires to be. If he's following mindless content, he has a mindless life. And this one's non-negotiable. Unfollow all your exes. Every single one. I don't care if you're still friends. She doesn't believe you, and she's not interested in competing with your past. Your follower-to-following ratio tells her how much value you actually provide. If you follow 2,000 but only 200 follow you back, you're chasing attention and getting none. That's not attractive to anyone, let alone someone who has options. But here's the thing that overrides everything I just said. You can do all of this perfectly, but if you mess this up, none of it matters. You can have perfect photos, great highlights, a smart following list, but if your last post was 6 months ago or if you're posting 5 times a day, you just failed the entire audit. Dead account signal you gave up. She's wondering what else you quit on. Your business, your goals. The last woman you dated? Inactive social media reads as inactive ambition, but posting constantly is even worse. It tells her you have nothing better to do than perform for strangers online. No focus, no real priorities. Just validation-seeking behavior. The sweet spot is 2 to 4 posts per month. Enough to show you're present and engaged, but not so much that your identity depends on likes and comments. You're busy building real things. Instagram is not your job, and this is critical. Your engagement rate matters more than your follower count. If you have 5,000 followers but get 12 likes per post, you either bought followers or nobody cares what you have to say. She notices immediately. One woman told me, I'd rather see 400 real followers with 60 likes than 5,000 followers with 10 likes. The ratio tells me if people actually respect his voice or if he's shouting into nothing. She's also checking your comment section. Are you replying to people? Are the comments real conversations or just fire emojis from bot accounts? Every detail tells a story about whether you're building something real or just faking it online. Your Instagram is a test you didn't know you were taking, and rich women are grading it harder than you think. Profile picture and bio set the first impression. Your grid shows your lifestyle and priorities. Highlights prove you live what you claim. Who you follow reveals what you value. And your posting frequency and engagement show whether you're building a real life or performing a fake one. If you're serious about dating up, your social media is just the foundation. Next video, I'm breaking down what rich women are actually evaluating on the first date, and the questions they ask that seem innocent but aren't. Click the video on screen now or subscribe so you don't miss it. Everything builds on itself. See you there.